Got chills hearing that, man.
I got it.
Fuck.
You got it?
Yep.
Bring it out.
This is Isaiah 54:16. This is, behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
So the Lord created the modern day smith as your scientist. Now a smith in the ancient world will create weaponry.
Yep.
He'll create helmets, shields, greaves, spears, swords, whatever the military men needed for the war to come.
Vaccines.
So now the war that's coming is of the Lord's making. World War III, the third war. And the Lord's like, I need these weapons created, man. It's just like on Last Samurai, when they had it engraved, and he unsheathed the sword like, all right, that's what the Lord looking at the missiles. Like, okay, all right, yes, need that. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's pretty much what the Lord did in Sodom and Gomorrah. He just brought those elements together and rained it from heaven. But in this time, he's like, let me put it into the minds of these guys, these modern day smiths, to bring it all together. It's all found on your periodic table. They put it together, made nuclear weapons. And now we at that time where whole lands could be on fire. Go ahead, huh?
Verse 54:16 again, it says, behold, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Who created this smith? Was it Satan? No, it was the Heavenly Father. And through creating these, the Russians created a bomb called Satan 1 and Satan 2. Thing 1, thing 2. Go ahead.
That bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
See, the Lord is bringing forth an instrument for his work.
That's it.
To make the whole land desolate.
Woo!
Without an inhabitant.
Yeah.
And it says, I have created the waster to destroy.
Woo! He created the waster to destroy, man. That just don't even sound the waster. Damn.
Damn.
Wait.
Hey, I was right about to waste
Wasted. Was that it, Keith? Hey, back to that article. I mean, back to the woman's plea for help. Pretty much she cursing out the West.
Yep.
She cursing out you stupid women that believe in this madness. You see that? They believed in your military. They were so strong. But why they ass fleeing out of there, man?
Yep.
Thought they had it in the bag. Just some towel heads and shit over there. But y'all lost? Damn.
Insurgents.
Insurgents and shit. Go ahead.
The Afghanistan you see today has its roots in the British occupation of India.
And where did America come from? Great Britain.
Yep.
So they have their their nativity in Britain, man.
Yep.
Britain went into Africa and them other European nations and conquered them lands in Africa. Not only in Africa, they went towards India. They conquered them lands. Australia conquered them lands. China.
In the process.
They barely pretty much broke off with China in the late 90s.
Yeah.
The British Empire broke off with 1997
Pretty much.
under the Clinton regime and shit. They got out of there, but the only foothold they have in China, like the mainland China, is Hong Kong.
Yeah, con.
That's the only one, because everywhere else, fucking Xi Jinping and them niggas got everything on lock. But right there is like an American fucking version of Asia and shit. Go ahead, huh?
Exacerbated by the USSR and USA,
Uh-huh.
regional powers like Pakistan, Iran, China, and Gulf Arab states have all conspired with imperialists to reach their hands under my land for its resources.
And that's not only in her land, because she only speaking from, a citizen's point of view. They doing the same thing with Iran. They did the same thing with the Russians. They did the same thing with all those regions from Iraq to Afghanistan to Kuwait, all these places. Saudi Arabia to Syria to even our land. All right? Go ahead.
3 trillion worth.
3 trillion worth, but it's more than that.
Man.
Way more than that. Go ahead.
Your pharmaceutical companies bet on us too.
Hey, so all you dummies that got the vaccine, you bugged out, you got what is the stuff they give you when you in pain? I need that
Novocaine?
morphine,
Morphine.
anesthesia. Cause over there they got the poppy fields.
Yep.
That's what they was. Hey, go ahead.
No, that's not what
But that's what's over there. Cause them soldiers wasn't over there fighting really nobody and shit, man. It was an occupation and shit.
Yep.
And they was just watching the poppy fields and shit, the oil fields.
Yep.
For what? For gain.
That's it.
That's why she said 3 trillion worth is all money was coming up out of there, man.
Yep.
Ain't nothing was coming out. They wasn't establishing a new order for those people over there after they kill their leaders.
That's good.
Go ahead.
80% of the world's opium is Afghan grown.
Opium. Now, hey, they fought against the Chinese back
80%.
during the 1700s, and they didn't open. The Chinese didn't open their borders until the late 1800s when the Chinese was coming over to the Americas to build the railway.
Hey, Salaki, if I'm not mistaken, they only got out of China because China stopped letting them with the opiates or something like that, and then they moved to Afghanistan.
Yeah, they called them the Opium Wars.
Yep.
That's why the bankers went to war with them back in the 1700s.
Yep.
Then for about 350 years,
Yep.
the Emperor of China kicked them all out of his harbor.
Yep.
And then they opened their borders back up in the late 1800s, right before World War I.
Yep.
She says, ironic you believe we are the ones dependent on you.
Hey, so all these nations is looking at you ugly ass Americans, you stupid ass niggas, and you spicks, man. This is not your fucking country, man. Let it crumble. Let it fall. Because you have a homeland, the land of Israel. But you fighting tooth and nail for this ugly ass place, and you ain't got no say-so in it, man. They want you to die, man.
Yep.
You see it clearly that your ass is dying on TV, man.
Yep.
Grandma got it, she don't want to see you. Well, who did this? Who put the lion to her fucking head? Esau Edom.
Yep.
Go ahead.
People from my region do not live in a post-colonial world.
Mm-hmm.
We exist within the legacies that empires leave behind.
Yeah, so they don't even have their real identity anymore. I mean, they holding on to it. That's really what the Taliban and these militia groups over there was fighting for.
Yep.
Their way of life, man. Same as the Gadites and the Reubenites
Yep.
and Issachar. When these ugly ass devils landed over here, man, the tribes was fighting for their way of life.
Yep.
We're fighting for our way of life. They trying to get us out.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, and niggas tell you not to pray no more. You can't pray
Yeah.
on the internet. And shit. What the fuck is you to tell me that I can't pray in my
That's
power?
crazy,
Hey, they
bro.
did the same thing to Daniel, man. They said, don't pray to any god for 30 days. And he was cast into the den of lions because of it. Go ahead.
Hey, so
One
like
of the
it,
main ways of life that they're trying to preserve is women in subjection.
Yep.
In order.
In order.
Because it's order, man. You got ugly ass creepy Joe whispering at you and shit. I'd rather deal with the prime minister over there and shit. He said pretty much taking on Western culture was worse than slavery. That's what the prime minister said, man.
Say that again. Say that one more time.
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
He said,
Fuck it, ain't what?
he said, taking on Western culture was worse than slavery. Man. Come on, because he sees, because the nation that's most connected to them Arabs over there is our people. They get their ways from us.
Yep.
And because they come from Abraham, like we come from Abraham. This ugly ass demon, he comes from Abraham too. But he's a nigga, man.
It's crazy.
So they preserving their way of life, man. Women ain't supposed to have no say so, man. Look what's going on now. Niggas on OnlyFans and shit. Now they crying because it's over. Your stupid ass should be happy. You should be married. You should have a house full of children. You should have a husband that you love. But no, your ass is lonely. Oh, I can't pay for the house I'm in because you living above your means, man.
Look at the women of a society and you see how fucked off the place is.
Yep. Hey, and all these women, fresh off of OnlyFans, you've destroyed your value as a woman. Now you're literally just worth a nut, man. If that,
If
you know.
that.
I got a preset.
This is Revelation 18:3. Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So all nations have drunk of the philosophy of the West. Look at ask the Afghan women over there. So all they wanted was their land back. War broke out, like she said, it was a civil war. That's what the people thought. Oh shit! One side of Afghan is fighting another faction of Afghanis, but really it was a proxy war for these bigger nations to get into the land. So when the soldiers came in, they were supposed to be the liberators. But they came in and raped the women, killed the children. You know, they bombed the hell out of fucking schools and shit. But you dummies are marching your fucking children up to this school, man. But yet over there in the land of Afghanistan in the Middle East, war torn.
Yep.
Do they children go to school? No, they in the rubble somewhere with a goddamn, they fucking father's in the rubble, he dead.
right?
The mother, they know where she at. The soldiers got her.
Yep.
She in a damn sex slavery somewhere, man.
Right.
But then the Taliban looks like the villains and shit, man.
Right.
Oh, we're the villains of this picture. We look like the villains.
Hey, that's a
man.
spirit because that's another reason why they pulled out because the so-called new terrorists is going to be, Christians,
Yep.
what they call them.
That's so funny, man. Pull it out, man. They pulled out, man.
Right.
Damn. And left that place destroyed, man.
They like equipment and everything.
Yeah, they did.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
So all these nations have committed fornication with Babylon the Great, aka the head that's spearheading the Western movement, man. You can call it modern Hellenization.
Yep.
Westernization is no different than Hellenization.
Yep.
Same madness, man. Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy.
And that's what it says. That Russia, Iran, these other places, they wax rich through the these different natural resources of these lands that they conquered, man. You know? So the kings of these places wax rich, but what about the people of the land? Why you think there's uproars of the people? Hence, that's what the scriptures say. And when thou shalt see earthquakes and uproars of the people, thou shalt well understand that we're in the last times. And the highest will begin to visit the world which you made. If a brother can hold that.
I got it.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Now the Lord is yelling and speaking to his people. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, come out of this land, man, or you will die here.
Right. The Lord is telling you, you're in trouble, bro. That's what he's telling you. You're in trouble, bro. He's coming for you.
Now you about to be cast out of your home. I wonder who did that. You can't say it was the Heavenly Father. It's the man that you love so fucking much, man. He casting your ass out of the land, out of your house. He's the one that shut down the fucking nation, man. And not the nation, the world. Hey, only because the Lord gave him the power to do it. And the earth had been given into the hand of the wicked. All right, so if you're gonna blame anybody, blame Esau.
Hey, he care about you so much. If you don't get the jab, you can't eat.
Hey, so that's a God-given right that you eat, man. But this damn demon is telling you that you can't eat. Then he telling you keep the fucking mask on. How the fuck you gonna eat with the mask on? But he said you can, hey, and you shall wear, you shall go back into the mask in which you hate, my brother. And you will wear it until you love it and die in it. So you die in the fucking mask, man.
Right.
God damn.